to another happy hour hang. I know this just started probably a few minutes early for everyone. Sometimes YouTube will do that to me, you guys. I do not know why, but hello. How is everyone feeling? How is everyone doing? We have this Monday, a post-Grammy situation as well. Just making sure this camera is good to go. Obviously, I am at Mama and Papa Hill's house, as you can see. Hello. Sorry that this started a few minutes early, you guys. That, I don't know why sometimes it will just go, but Mona Lisa has her notifications on, so it's working just fine. I have George in here as well. Reggie is in here. Live with Marissa is in here. Brittany is in here. Becky, Abby, Jessica, Valentina, Nicole, Jocelyn, Miss Heather, Dave. I love Dave said multitasking as usual. That is the tea. Robert is in here. I am so glad that the notifications work today. Anchor 1993 made it in. You guys, we have so much to get into. Obviously, with the Grammys being last night, gonna do a full Grammys breakdown. We're gonna talk about the biggest winners, biggest upsets. We're gonna talk about Kanye West and Bianca Sensory and the mess that has ensued since, obviously, them showing up to the Grammys and Bianca wearing basically nothing. Kanye accusing Don Lemon of starting the rumor they got kicked out of the Grammys. Don Lemon has since responded to him making this allegation. Y'all, we're definitely going to get into it. We're also going to talk about Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively and get into an update there. They had a pre-trial hearing today, and I'm not gonna lie, I was not necessarily fully expecting what happened today to happen. It actually is a big win, in my opinion, for Justin Baldoni. So we're going to get into that. We're also going to talk about Selena Gomez and Carla Sofia Gascon and all of the drama that happened over the weekend with Carla's resurfaced tweets. We're going to break that situation down. And then, of course, we will end with a little Taylor and Travis as well. I also saw Crimson Rose pop in, Joy pop in. Crystal Elizabeth said, hey, House of Hill, avid after watcher here, made it live. Crystal, I am so happy that you were able to make it live. Nothing brightens my day than when an after watcher is able to come in live. I'm able to say hello. In that same breath, I want to make sure I shout out all of our after watchers. Thank you for being here. Thank you for continuing to support these happy hour hangs. These could not continue without you. Also shout out to all of our international House of Hill members who are waking up late, staying up late, waking up early to catch these lives. I really appreciate it. I do think there are going to be some fun changes coming to my channel soon that I've been thinking about, honestly, for the past week, but really starting to mull on things today. So I'm getting excited for that, you guys. Also, Poetry Chick just popped in. Jelena popped in. Kaylee popped in as well. Hey, ready for the tea? Kaylee, I am so ready to get into this tea with you. Cindy Lou is in here too. Simply Mars said, hey, Madison, baby is 17 weeks and doing well in pregnancy. I am so happy that you are doing well. Take care of yourself. Rest up. Use this happy hour hang as your time to relax. You know, that is truly my favorite thing about these happy hour hangs, is that it is really our time to just be together when life is lifing, forget about it for a second, and it's our time to just catch up on the tea, get into everything. I am so happy that y'all are here. Jima Sarah is in here. I also saw Sahar finally caught your live. I'm so happy you made it. Hello. Jessica as well. Also, thank you for the compliment about my hair. It is time for a haircut. As you guys can probably see, I finally got one scheduled. It is actually the day before Valentine's Day. I was gonna say Valentine's Day, but no, it's actually the day before Valentine's Day, so Galentine's Day, for all of my Parks and Rec fans out there as well. So I will be getting this back to its good bob here soon. Like I said, I'm obviously at Mama and Papa Hill's house. As you guys are seeing this new background, I ended up watching the Grammys here last night with the fam. I ended up spending the night, and then today I was working from here this morning, and Mama Hill was like, why don't you just stay into your life here and stay for dinner? So that is why we're at Mama and Papa Hill's house. I'm borrowing Papa Hill's office in case anyone sees the guitar in the background. No, I cannot play the guitar. I wish I could. Papa Hill, unfortunately, I guess I could have taken guitar. I was going to say didn't pass down that musical talent to me. I feel like my sister's more musically inclined than I am. But no, I do not play the guitar if anyone sees this and is curious. I also too, you're right, LH, you cannot turn down Mom's cooking. Like, her cooking is the absolute best. And also, I'm not a big cooker, which I feel like I've talked about this before. I blame the fact that it's because I live by myself. And cooking for one is just really, really, really hard. I'm also not a huge leftovers person, so I feel like I end up doing these like really easy, low lift meals, which are amazing. I love them. I should actually start posting them more for anyone else who's cooking for one. Or you could turn them into obviously cooking for more people, but nothing better than one Mama Hill cooks, to be honest. I feel like her dinners are much more elevated than mine. And I will say a lot of girl dinners, Marie, I basically survive on girl dinner. Having said that though, I do have to give myself credit in the sense that I put on a mean breakfast spread and I make a mean sandwich. And I know it has become a thing that it's like a joke about women making sandwiches, but I fully embrace the joke because, y'all, I make a mean Sammy. I can do a good Italian, a good turkey. I switch up the bread. I switch up the slaw. Like, say what you will, I make a delicious Sammy. Robert said I eat frozen meals for dinner. Robert, live, laugh, love a frozen meal. If you have a Trader Joe's near you, their green chili chicken bowl, chef's kiss. Also, Mr. Mraz is in here as well. Hello, hello, hello. Jessica said, sandwich and a little bag of chip. Yum, 1,000,000%. You cannot have a sandwich without chips. I said it. I said what I said. I know that there are girlies who don't need a side with their sandwich. I obviously am a side with my sandwich kind of girl. Also, just to address it actually looks better because I put makeup on it. The members got a text of my head this weekend, but y'all, I was cleaning out my closet and bonked my head on like a corner of a shelf organizer that I have in my closet so hard that I literally gave myself a hematoma, aka a bump on my head. I've been putting arnica on it, which is, I don't know if you guys know about arnica gel, but it's a miracle worker when it comes to bruising and swelling. But I did put that on all weekend long and I feel like it helped. And the makeup is definitely helping. But if anyone sees that, I'm trying to cover it with my hair as best as I can. But fully gave myself a hematoma and just, obviously addressing it because I'm so close to the camera at this angle. And I was like, oh my God, I can see it. Yeah, no concussion, thank the Lord. But I did think about that for a second. It felt like a possible concussion for a minute. That's how hard I hit it. But no, thankfully fine, just not cute. And like I said, it was giving hematoma, but it's all right. Nothing like a little bump on your head to really humble you. And I feel like what a way to end January. After everything we all went through in January, it just really felt like the chef's kiss, the dot of the I, the T crossed on an absolutely wild January. If you guys are here and you haven't given this video a thumbs up yet, will you please go ahead and do so? I want to make sure that those who have not gotten their YouTube notification are able to get it. You guys know liking this video helps YouTube know that people are watching and engaging. We also already have 111 people here. Everyone manifest something. We get an angel number, manifest. Also, I see Care Bear Gratitude just popped in as well. And yes, arnica gel. Arnica gel. You guys are not wrong. It is arnica gel. They also have arnica tablets. But the gel is really where it's at when it comes to swelling and bruising. You can get it from like CVS, Walgreens, any of those places. Definitely a pro tip. Or for the moms in the chat, if you have kids who are going places and getting injured or whatever, arnica gel is literally a lifesaver. I also saw Jelena is getting her dinner ready to go. Jelena, a little dinner, a little tea, nothing better. Okay, you guys, let's go ahead and get into all of this tea because I want to make sure we have plenty of time. And TBH, I'm just ready to start talking about the Grammys with you guys because I will say, overall, I felt like the Grammys last night were one of the better Grammys that I've seen in a while. I feel like the performances were amazing. There were equal amounts of tea, but also just good music and fun. I was actually, for the most part, really entertained during last night's Grammys. Also, yes, thank y'all for reminding me to remind everyone, if you are considering joining the membership, please go ahead and do so. You get access to a members only live every Tuesday, members only video every Friday, and you get access to our House of Hill group chat over on Discord, which, for example, last night when the Grammys were going on, live texting the whole time, which was really, really fun. So definitely consider joining the membership if you're thinking about it, especially with award season picking up. It is truly a time. And I don't know how I ever lived before that group chat, honestly. It was amazing. It was so fun. Definitely a full fam experience, like Jelena said. It was great. Also, Crystal said, what's your favorite home-cooked meal? Whenever my mom makes New Mexican food. So good. Kelsey is here as well, just hopped on. So many moments last night. I needed Madison's live reaction. Yes, let's get into it. So kicking things off, I want to talk about the biggest winners, and then we'll go to the biggest upsets. We're going to start with the more positive, and then we'll get into the biggest upset. So biggest winners of last night, one that comes to mind right away, Kendrick Lamar, you guys, had a sweep. He won 5 Grammys total for his song Not Like Us, which, remember, that song was actually a diss track to Drake. So not only is Drake kind of, I don't want to say pissing off the music industry, but Drake is really not a lot of people's favorites right now. How he reacted during his rap beef with Kendrick Lamar, and then we know he's also now suing his record label for defamation and promoting Kendrick Lamar's song, knowing that it had false information in it, even though, remember, Drake and Kendrick Lamar are wrapped under the same label. But to me, I think the big LOL was that Kendrick Lamar won 5 Grammys for Not Like Us, and it is in fact a diss track to Drake. And every time the Grammys played that song, when Kendrick Lamar was going up on stage, y'all, the audience was going nuts. So I just would have honestly probably given my pinky toe to see Drake's reaction to seeing an entire room filled of his peers go absolutely feral for a song that is a diss track towards you, and the fact that that song also won Kendrick Lamar 5 Grammys. Like, that is truly the ultimate diss, if you will. Honestly, like the ultimate knife to the heart, knife to the chest for Drake. And I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine, to be honest with you. Also, Real Life Southern Barbie, hello. Definitely join the chat, for sure. Definitely get in there. Let's see, did you see Drake's dad being asked about Kendrick winning the Grammys? No, I did not see that. Oh my gosh, DM me the link, because I definitely want to see, for sure. He'll be playing the Super Bowl, you guys are right, which we're going to talk about the political aspect of the Grammys in a minute, because although it is still a very highly revered award show and honor, obviously there are politics at play when it comes to the Grammys. And obviously we know some of those politics also play into who chooses the Super Bowl. goes into Jay-Z, Beyonce. Kendrick Lamar's playing the Super Bowl. But either way, that aside, I was happy for Kendrick Lamar. And again, it really gave me a giggle to just see everyone losing their minds over that song. And just knowing Drake was somewhere just seething. Another big winner, you guys, obviously Sabrina Carpenter. I saw someone mention Sabrina right away when I was like, let's talk about big winners. Sabrina, obviously a big winner last night. Took home her first Grammy ever. She won 2 total. Her performance also absolutely amazing. I loved Sabrina Carpenter's performance. I loved the outfits. I loved the dancing. I loved the fact that tap was incorporated. I don't think I've talked about this during our happy hour hangs, but y'all know I used to do competitive dance growing up my entire life. And my favorite type of dance was tap. So the fact that there was like a little ode to tap in there as well, my sister and I were living obsessed. I thought her whole performance was just so her. It was authentic to who she is as an artist. It was entertaining. I loved it. I was here for every single second of Sabrina Carpenter's performance. And also so happy that she took home her first Grammy. Again, 2 total. Taylor was so excited for her, was cheering her on. Obviously was also excited for Jack Antonoff because, you know, he helped Sabrina. But overall, live, laugh, love Sabrina. I was happy to see her take a Grammy home. More than one, actually, like I said. She was giving Marilyn Monroe, absolutely. Also, hi, Carla from the Netherlands. Iconic. Thank you for tuning in. Also, Chappell Roan, you guys, fan fave. She won Best New Artist last night. Hi, Tabitha. That was a category that a lot of people had their eyes on. She won Best New Artist. She is from Willard, Missouri, which is right outside of Kansas City. So we love a Kansas City girly getting her moment at the Grammys. She also took time during her speech for Best New Artist to advocate that, you know, artists who are signed to these labels need to be paid living wages. They need health care. So she also made a statement while accepting her Grammy. People were living for it. Papa Hill was living for it. He's a huge advocate of access to health care. So he was very impressed by Chappell Roan and her speech. Now moving on also to Beyonce was obviously, dare I say, one of the night's biggest winners. She obviously won Country Album of the Year. She won for her song with Miley Cyrus, which I do love her song with Miley Cyrus, Two Most Wanted. But an even bigger deal than winning Country Album of the Year was the fact that she won Album of the Year. Finally. You guys, this has been an ongoing discourse for, is it dramatic to say decades? I feel like it's not dramatic to say decades. Decades. This is also one of those categories that Beyonce and Taylor would constantly be pitted against one another. It would always be the conversation. And Beyonce, despite all of her Grammy nominations, I think she's been nominated over 99 times for a Grammy. She's been nominated for this category, like I said, several times. But she has never taken home Album of the Year. Finally took it home last night. Accepted the award with her daughter Blue Ivy as well. Really big deal. She's the first Black woman to win this award since Lauryn Hill won it in 1999. She actually did an interview after winning this award, which if y'all know anything about Beyonce, she does not do interviews, like literally ever. So the fact that she did give an interview to ET after and just once again reiterated how grateful she was, how excited she was to share the moment with Blue Ivy, how proud she was. A really, really big deal. Now, I am seeing a lot of comments about Jay-Z in the chat. Also, happy birthday, Carla. I'm sorry, I missed the birthday. Happy birthday, Carla. Thank you for spending your birthday here with the House of Hill during this happy hour hang. that means so incredibly much that you are spending your birthday with us. So happy birthday. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I'm so happy you're spending it with us. Y'all, like I said, the Grammys are still a highly, highly coveted award show, right? They still are one of the biggest honors you can receive in music. But having said that, there are politics behind it. Artists have talked about this for years, and they kind of did try to address this a little bit last night. The president of the Recording Academy came out and, talked about how The Weeknd called out the Grammys and how they've been called out for lack of transparency before, and The Weeknd ended up performing as like an olive branch, And it's also the reason why before every award, if you notice, they said, based on 13,000 votes, here is the winner. Based on 13,000 votes, the winner is, because that was their attempt to try to show some transparency. For me, I understand why people feel a certain type of way about Beyonce winning Album of the Year. However, here's what I will say. Beyonce has worked hard for decades in her career. She has never won. She deserves to win. She is, alongside Taylor Swift, one of the most impactful artists of our generation. Say what you will. She, like Taylor, when she puts out an album, it is a movement. I know some people might feel like her album was not comparable to Billie's, to Taylor's, to Sabrina's. But you have to give credit where credit is due, and Cowboy Carter was a moment. Okay, I'm seeing people also mad that she won Country Album of the Year. But going back to the politics of it, you guys, Beyonce was not nominated for a CMT award. Remember, it was a huge thing that Beyonce was not nominated for a CMT award. They felt like she was snubbed from the country community. And it was a huge thing for her not to be recognized at that award show. So when it comes to the Grammys, what is going to make a statement? Beyonce winning Country Album of the Year. To say, I won the Grammy for Country Album of the Year and the CMT Awards didn't recognize it, that's the biggest FU to the CMT Awards. So you also kind of have to think about it like that. I'm not saying it's fair. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that is a way you kind of have a way to look at that win. Again, I think Cowboy Carter was a huge, huge moment. And I know I'm happy that Beyonce finally won Album of the Year. And I'm happy because now people can stop, again, kind of saying Taylor doesn't deserve it or other artists don't deserve it. She has won. She has finally won. She's getting her flowers. I think we need to celebrate that. I know it was a big upset for Billie Eilish fans. Billie was actually even seen teary-eyed in the audience when they flashed to her. And it's so funny. And I'm curious about y'all's interpretations of it. So Beyonce's announced for Album of the Year. The camera pans to Billie and she has tears in her eyes. And I've seen two different interpretations on social media. I've seen some people say, oh my God, Billie Eilish was crying because she's so happy for Beyonce. Her and Lady Gaga were both teary-eyed. And then I've seen other people be like, oh my God, Billie Eilish was crying because she lost. I honestly thought it was kind of shady for the cameras to show her crying regardless. Either way, why she was crying. Also, the firefighters who spoke before, thank you, Louisa. A lot of people were crying from that. I think it was just that was a little shady of that camera operator, regardless of why she was teary-eyed. Either way, Phineas posted an Instagram story, congratulating all the winners. And he was like, please, fans, do not start any, drama in the comments of other artists. If you have my face as your profile picture or Billie's, please do not be starting drama. So he kind of tried to like tame the fan outrage of it, because Billy's fans are intense, as we know. So yeah, I don't know why she was upset. Either way, for me, I just thought it was a little of the camera to do that. Even my sister and I watching, we were like, ooh, that felt like a little unnecessary. You know what I mean? I'm laughing. Jelena said Billy's fans would get backhanded by the Beehive. 1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. Color said it's because it's been long overdue. Everyone is crying because it's wild. Beyonce never won this. It's almost a crime. Lady Gaga knows how hard she's worked for decades. 1,000,000%. And you know what? Everyone in the room was happy for her. Taylor Swift was happy for her. Taylor Swift was seen cheersing Jay-Z after it happened. I do believe everyone was happy for her, and I'm happy that she finally won. I'm happy she can say she has won Album of the Year. Erica said, I'm sorry, but as a Swiftie, Billy was snubbed. If Jay-Z hadn't called out the Grammys last year, Cowboy Carter wouldn't have won this year. Erica, I'm not saying that I disagree. I think Jay-Z, let me just say, it is not lost on me that Beyonce had this sweep after Jay-Z publicly called out the Grammys, right? Like I'm telling you guys, while yes, 13,000 people vote on these awards and it is non-biased and they're transparent, there are politics at play when it comes to the Grammys. It was so, even you guys watching with my family, every time a category would come up, I'd be like, this person's gonna win. And I was right about 98% of the entire show. And my family kept being like, how do you know this? Like, what? And I told them, I was like, you guys, it's because of the politics. I don't have any more music knowledge than the next person. Like, and it's funny, Papa Hill, somebody who does have music knowledge, he'd be like, you're wrong. It's going to be so-and-so. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's going to be this person. Because as much as we want to believe that it's unbiased and, you know, it's really just based on who is the best, which that goes into play. Obviously, all of the people nominated are the best of the best. But there are politics at play. That is why artists have been calling out this show for years. That is why artists often say they feel like fan awards hold more weight because that actually shows your impact and your influence. Regardless, I don't want to, you know, totally... Beyonce still deserved it, right? Whether you like Beyonce, hate Beyonce, whatever, like I said, she is still one of the most impactful artists of our time. In that same breath, Taylor Swift had an incredible year, right? I obviously am #1 Swiftie, not apologizing for it. The fact she did not win anything, while yes, crazy, I kind of knew it was coming. And I think Betty popped in here as well. Betty also called that as well prior to the show in our group chat. It's just because we're coming off of Grammys where Taylor won everything. We're coming off of Grammys where Taylor announced a new album while giving an acceptance speech. We're coming off that Grammys where people said, did Taylor deserve it? Renaissance deserved it more. It made sense to me that last night Taylor was going to walk away empty-handed, because while a lot of us want to see Taylor win, there's a large part of the world who does not want to see her win. There are a lot of people out there who were like, Taylor walked away with nothing, haha, finally. And that's their opinion. That's the energy they want to put out into the world. That's on them. I will not be doing that. I also think they look funny for, you know, feeling like they got her and had an aha moment, because she was having the best time. She was the #1 hype woman in that audience. She was up on her feet for every performance, dancing, screaming, cheering people on. I think people really wanted to see her have a non-classy moment and have this moment where she looked like a sore loser, and they never got that. And I think that is the biggest tea of it all. You know, Charlie XCX Her performance was amazing. She brought out Maddie Healy's fiance. I think that was, yes, I know she's also dating someone in 1975, but come on, you know, that's something that can't be fully glossed over. What was Taylor doing in the audience? Dancing, living her best life with a champagne bottle. You know, I think people really wanted to catch her in a sore loser moment, and she just didn't give it to them. She was living her best life, uplifting everybody in that room, dancing, cheering. Like I said, even cheers Beyonce, or cheers Jay-Z after Beyonce won. Was dancing with Alicia Keys' son. So, you know, I think let everyone have this moment. Let the haters talk. Let them say, you know, ha, Taylor lost. That's amazing. I'm so happy. Let them. Because when Taylor releases her next album that is full of pop hits about her being in love with Travis Kelce, and when she takes home 5 Grammys, I don't want to hear anyone complain about it. Because y'all got your year where our girl went home empty-handed. Okay? That is fine. That is fine because she is still winning. She is still living her best life. But when she drops that next album, and it is full of pop bangers about her being in love with her man in Kansas City. Yes, I'm manifesting specific songs. And she takes home multiple Grammys. I don't want to hear any lip about it. And I know I wouldn't hear any lip about it in here. I'm saying for the haters, for the internet, for the trolls. I don't want to hear any lip. I also see a lot of you talking about her look last night. She came in Chiefs red. I was unwell. The T on her thigh. Hello? Guilty as sin? Travis Kelce? I was losing my mind. Incredible. She looked amazing. She was living her best life. The blazer she put on halfway through the night was the one that Janelle Monáe threw off during her performance. Again, I know people wanted to see her have this low moment, and she didn't give it to people, and I loved every second of it. Okay, let's move on and get into the Kanye and Bianca of it all. So, you guys, we're going to talk about Kanye and Bianca. Then we're going to get into non-Grammy tea, Justin Baldoni-Lively, Selena and Carly, and with Selena and Carla, and end with a little Tavis. But I do have a lot to get into with this Kanye Bianca situation. Kelsey said, not to get too messy, but did you see when the Grammy nominations came out? Kayla Nicole said, if anyone, we know that means Taylor beats Beyonce, we ride at dawn. Kelsey, that is not messy because Kayla Nicole is messy. I'm gonna let Kayla Nicole have that. She big Beyonce fan. That's amazing for her, and we are the bigger people, and so I'm so happy that Kayla Nicole's fave won. I think that's great. And like I said, karma has a funny way of working, and whenever Taylor releases an album of pop hits all about being in love with Kayla's ex, and she wins Grammys for it, I just don't want to hear any lip about it. Tabitha, do what you gotta do. Thank you for tuning in for as long as you did. And for after watching after, I appreciate it. Justice said, excited to after watch after class, back to being studious. I love it, Justice. I'm glad you said hello. Jody said, Taylor's a pro. She knows how to be graceful and humble. I'm not a fan, but she is humble. I love it. I love it. I love it, Jody. Karma's the guy on the Chiefs. That's the T, Dave. That is the T. Okay, the Kanye and Bianca of it all, you guys. So one of the most, hi, Miss Mika. Hello. I'm so happy you're able to tune in. Kayla Nicole is Travis Kelce's ex, everyone. So Kanye and Bianca showed up to the Grammys red carpet. Bianca walked in a fur coat, ended up dropping the coat halfway through the carpet, and she was literally naked. I mean, there's no way around it. Girl was fully out there. She was wearing a sheer, I wouldn't even say it was tights material. I mean, a sheer nude mini dress with the headlights out, the southern regions out. I mean, everything was out. Now, some videos of her and Kanye before she dropped the coat are being dissected, and a lip reader who spoke to the Daily Mail said in the videos of Kanye and Bianca, you can see Kanye telling her to make a scene. This is before she takes off her coat. And he allegedly says, make a scene. I'll say it'll make so much sense. Okay? Then he reportedly tells her what to do with the coat. He tells her, you're going to take off the coat, start to the back, turn around. I got you. And Bianca allegedly is seen responding to him in these red carpet clips, saying, all right, let's go. I know for a long time we've heard reports and we've discussed this notion that, you know, Bianca has kind of been taken over by Kanye, right? That he's brainwashed her and her family is worried about her and he controls a lot of aspects of her life. There's been this narrative when it comes to Kanye and Bianca's relationship, especially when it comes to what she wears out in public. A lot of people feel like Kanye is making her wear those things. I will say, you guys, after last night, I think Bianca might be a willing participant. Like, her saying, all right, let's go. To me, even if you are in this toxic relationship, when someone says you're going to show up on the Grammys red carpet completely nude, I would think your internal alarm would be like, no, regardless of how in deep you are. And she did it. She said, all right, or she seemingly said, all right, let's go. I think she is a full willing participant in Kanye's shenanigans. You guys know I have said multiple times, I think one of Kanye's biggest faults is that he has a bunch of yes people around him who never check him. And I think Bianca is just one of those other yes people who is like, okay. I believe that she is a willing participant now. I believe she is making those decisions. She worked, for Yeezy for years before becoming his girlfriend, now wife. And I have to say, I think the narrative of her being brainwashed and, her just bowing down to Kanye, I think she does bow down to him. I think she does let him pick what she's wearing. But I don't think this is a forced situation. I think she's willingly doing it. Again, just my own 2 cents. Golden Bird said she's cooperating and participating, but that does not exclude that she has been brainwashed. Okay, also, that's a fair statement. I guess I'm just trying to give her more credit to say she still has autonomy over her own body and her decisions, but that I understand that statement 1,000%. Golden Bird for sure. Britt said, the whole thing is weird. A lot of us have assumed that Kanye is in control because of how he was with Kim wearing revealing looks. I think Kanye just likes to be in control. He does. Angela said, I genuinely now understand why Kim left. T. And y'all, Kim was seen trying to take the kids to the movies last night. She was taking North to see, I think Wicked is here at the Pantages. Kim was trying to do everything to keep her kids off the internet last night, according to TMZ. But anyway, after they walked the carpet, shortly after, there were rumors going around that Kanye and Bianca were escorted out of the Grammys. They were kicked out. And actually, Entertainment Tonight were the first ones to report this. And they had an Instagram post up about it for a couple minutes and then deleted it. But there was this rumor that Kanye and Bianca got kicked out after their stunt. However, that is not the case. They were not kicked out. Kanye was there because he was in fact invited. There was a rumor that he wasn't invited and showed up uninvited. He was invited. He was nominated for Best Rap Song, so he was invited. That is why him and Bianca walked the carpet, and they reportedly chose to leave on their own volition. Sources said that they literally got there, walked the carpet, got in their car, and left. Nobody asked them to leave. No security came and talked to them about the outfit. They just literally did the stunt and left. Now, Kanye today, this afternoon, was upset about the rumor that him and Bianca were kicked out of the Grammys. He's actually blaming Don Lemon for starting this rumor. He posted an old Google image of Don Lemon, who used to work for CNN. He's a journalist. With the caption saying, "This goofball that started the rumor that me and my wife got kicked out of the Grammys, 3 decades of innovating music, and they always insert slur like this." Don Lemon responded to Kanye West and said Kanye needs to get his facts straight. He never started a rumor about Kanye and Bianca getting kicked out. He's actually the one who corrected the information. He spoke to someone who was with Kanye, or spoke to one of Kanye's people, and was correcting the narrative that they got kicked out. So he said, "Kanye, get your stuff straight. I was correcting this rumor." And then he told Kanye that his MAGA hat must be too tight on his head. A mess. A mess. A mess. A mess. A mess. But he said he left once he lost because he wasn't nominated for anything else. It is cringe. Also, hi, Tamra. Hi to you and your hubby. Hello, hello. Thank you for watching. Couples who tea together, stay together. But I just fully have no words for Kanye, you guys. I know we've said that once before and we're saying it again. I wish Don Lemon almost wouldn't have engaged because I feel like that gives Kanye more attention, which is what he wants. But I'm over it. And also, you know, he has made a lot of innovations to music. That is true. But when was the last time Kanye was in the headlines for his music? As of late, the only thing he's been in the headlines for is what he makes his wife wear. And the only thing people are talking about from the Grammys are the fact that his wife showed up nude. No one's talking about his song that was nominated. No one's talking about his work. They're talking about what his wife is wearing and how they were on the carpet. And I would think that you would want people to be more focused on the music. You know what I mean? He really, you know, I think is doing himself a disservice because he's just feeding into the narrative that people already think about him. And you know what? Honestly, he's not changing. Not surprised. I'm honestly over it. I'm over it. Britt said, Kanye is fine with Bianca being naked in public, but made a big deal when Kim wore anything tight revealing. You know that's why I cannot stand that he is the king of the double standard. Kim made her own choices, but he can control Bianca, so that makes it okay in his eyes. Redmond just said, the fact that Kanye still has fans baffles me, especially when people say he is a traditional Christian man. His fans are serious. Like, I saw so many people defending him and Bianca and the whole thing. It's crazy. It is wild. Absolutely, absolutely wild. But let's move on from the Grammys and Kanye and Bianca. I will say, though, too, added tea, they were seen at a Grammys after party, and Bianca sang, and she was wearing that bodysuit. Remember we talked about this, how he's now doing women's clothing, and he's launching a bodysuit. She was wearing it at the after party. So, just an added tidbit for you guys. But let's move on. Song of the Fear said, please, I can't handle him. Getting into this Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively tea. Oh, Jessica said, Madison, what do you think of Kanye only following Taylor on Insta? I find that man obviously just does what he knows he needs to do to get in the headlines. And I just find it simply infuriating that he continues to use Taylor after he made her life so miserable, and he knows that. I think the ultimate karma for him is that he needs her to get attention. But yeah, it's definitely an attention-seeking behavior, and if I were Taylor, I'd block him so that way he cannot use me for expletive, but that's just me, personally. Okay, Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively, you guys. So there was a pre-trial hearing today when it comes to Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni's legal saga. The judge did not grant the gag order on Justin Baldoni's attorney, Brian Friedman. This is huge because now Brian Friedman is able to continue to release things to the public. He did release the website with the original lawsuit and the amendment that came late Friday. Brian Friedman is allowed to continue to speak on this within the confinements of the New York Bar Association. Like, he has to stay within the rules of that when it comes to speaking publicly, which he technically has been this whole time. But he is still allowed to speak on the case publicly. He is still allowed to have the website up. Also, hi, Amy Underwood. Hello. Big win for Justin Baldoni in that sense. Because I think if Brian Friedman was issued the gag order, that would have been a win for Blake Lively because a lot of this PR strategy could have been stopped. But no, he was granted they did not give him the gag order. Simply Mars, I'm actually a legal professional. Oh my God. Okay. And I figured, I love it. We have so many smart people in here. I'm actually a legal professional, and I figured he wouldn't be given a gag order. Oh. However, the judge did warn, do not do anything influential to a public jury. Right, so he has to still work within those guidelines. Okay, wow. Okay, Simply Mars, I honestly thought they were going to put the gag order on him. So that is interesting. Okay, love that. Taking the bar in July. Okay, go off, Simply Mars. Go off. Good luck. You got this. I'm sure you're already studying because the bar is no joke. Color said, I'm confused. Didn't Blake want the gag order? Yes. Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds wanted a gag order on Justin Baldoni's attorney, and the judge said no. He can continue to do what he is doing. He can continue speaking to the public about this. So that is why it's kind of viewed as a loss for them. But the judge also did say there's a chance they could move up the trial date. Remember, right now it's March of 2026. The judge did say there's a chance that we're going to move this up because you both are playing this out publicly. We're going to have to move quickly in order, to not totally poison a potential jury pool. So I am in favor of them moving the trial up. Y'all know whenever they originally said March 2026, I was ready to pull my hair out. I was like, we're going to have to deal with this for another year, over a year. So I'm pro the judge moving it up, honestly. And I feel like both sides are ready for it to be moved up. Let's get this over with. I'm ready. I'm ready to see whatever Blake Lively is going to bring to court. We know her attorney has been saying we have receipts that we're bringing to the court of law, not the court of public opinion. I'm ready. In the meantime, if you guys do want to go look at the lawsuits and all the scanned pages and the scanned text messages, you can go do that. Like I said, on that website that Justin Baldoni's attorney released, they have the original complaint and then also the amendment that came down Friday. In the amendment, they're essentially saying that the evidence that they're submitting, the new evidence, is that the metadata of the receipts from the New York Times help, they believe, show that, the campaign to ruin Justin Baldoni's career started much earlier than Blake Lively was originally stating. And then they also submitted some text messages between Justin Baldoni and Ryan Reynolds. that were very friendly. So both of those things are on there. Joy said, I want Blake's evidence. That's how I feel too. I am ready. Okay, I'm going to our legal expert, Simply Mars. It's going to be like Amber Heard and Johnny Depp all over again. On both sides, it's going to be a battle, but I read most of the information released, and Justin has a great case. Oh my God. Okay, interest. And Simply Mars is a legal profesh. Okay, I'm going to read that one more time. It's going to be like Amber Heard and Johnny Depp all over again. On both sides, it's going to be a battle, but I read most of the information released. Justin has a great case. Okay. Barusha said, I think we're missing the important issue here. Blake accused the man of SA, and his defense is she is difficult to work with. Barusha, I want to make sure I am making one thing clear. I don't want to gloss over the fact that Blake is accusing Justin Baldoni of SA. I hope you don't feel like I've glossed over it. And as I have always stated, anytime we bring this up, Blake being difficult to work with, or being a mean girl, or being a bad person, does not mean she deserves to have a toxic workplace. Does not mean she deserves to be harassed. I think right now, what people are seeing is that is her accusation. They're not seeing a lot of things to back that they feel is evidence to that. And I think just right now, the state of public opinion and the internet is just that everyone is saying she's made this accusation, he can defend himself. This is her word against his, and they're saying they have evidence to show this, and I think people just want to see evidence before they completely hang Justin Baldoni out to dry, so to speak. So I definitely, I don't want to gloss over that at all, but right now we're seeing one person's evidence, and we're going to see somebody else's evidence as well. But I mean, that's really it. You guys know that's why I haven't really, I guess, like fully chosen a side. But I really have looked at the text, I've looked at the videos, and again, I think it will be interesting to see what Blake Lively brings to the table. Because right now, with the information that is out to the public, right now with what Blake Lively, or what Justin Baldoni is putting out there, none of it is helping Blake Lively's claims or accusations at all. You know what I mean? Let's see. I saw Jessica say, I usually always believe the victim, but the receipts and the fact that she wanted a gag order is rubbing me wrong. Betty said most people concentrate on her being a mean girl, which that's why I always say it. Whether you're a mean girl or not, you don't deserve to be harassed at your place of work. Period. End of sentence. Nothing that we need to discuss further. You know what I mean? My Mind in Focus said, feels like so many people had chosen a side before Blake brought on the lawsuit that now everyone's working overtime to prove their original point rather than look at the evidence as is. Fair? Yes, Anthony, I watched the Grammys last night, did a full breakdown at the beginning of this, so definitely rewind and go watch. And then Simply Mars said, it's going to harm both their reputations, but I haven't seen anything but her complaint without her evidence. Her evidence that I have seen mentioned, not the definition of SA legally needed. Okay. I just wanted to read Simply Mars being a legal professional. Okay, let's go ahead and move on and get into the Selena and Carla tea. Then we're going to end with a little Tavis tea palette cleanser from all of this drama. You guys, Selena Gomez, Carla Sofia Gascon, her Amelia Perez co-star. It has been a tea-filled mess. If you are here and you haven't given this video a thumbs up yet, please go ahead and do so. We have over 200 people watching, not 100 likes yet. So if you are here and you haven't given this video a thumbs up, please go ahead and do so. Okay, at the end of last week, y'all, hi Sabrina, old tweets from 2016 from Carla surfaced and went viral. Members, we talked about this in the members only video on Friday. Hi, Brittany. These tweets were not good. Okay, again, they're from 2016. Some of them were Islamophobic. Some of them were not nice comments about George Floyd. Again, these tweets were Carla's from 2016. Once they were everywhere, she deleted her Twitter and released a statement apologizing. In part, she said, quote, "As someone in a marginalized community, I know this suffering all too well, and I'm deeply sorry to those I have caused pain. All my life, I have fought for a better world. I believe light will always triumph over darkness." Okay, we thought that was the end of it. Well, then the Latin Times shared a photo of a tweet that was seemingly Carla speaking ill of Selena Gomez in 2022 when she was having her drama with Hailey Bieber. This tweet appeared as though Carla, again in 2022, had called Selena a rich rat. The alleged tweet said, quote, "She's a rich rat who acts like a poor wretch whenever she can and will never stop bothering her ex-boyfriend and his wife." Let me read that one more time. "She's a rich rat who acts like a poor wretch whenever she can and will never stop bothering her ex-boyfriend and his wife." The pearls were clutched, okay? The pearls were clutched because Selena Gomez has obviously done nothing but publicly ride super hard for Carla, super hard for Amelia Perez. So when people saw this alleged Carla tweet calling Selena a rich rat, everyone was up in arms. Rightfully so. You know what I mean? Now, Carla did an interview on CNN and said, that tweet is fake. That tweet is fake. The other tweets, the Islamophobic tweets and the tweets about George Floyd, she regrets those. Those were real. But the tweet about Selena Gomez, not real. And she told CNN, quote, "I've never said anything about my partner. I would never refer to her like that." First of all, I just don't know why in 2016, 2020, why Carla had these tweets up, okay? Why these things were tweeted in the first place, why they were then left up. You booked a deal with a film that's going to be streamed on Netflix. Girl, what? I also think it's causing doubt in people's minds of her saying, you know, those 2016 tweets, I apologize for them, not okay. You know, that is not what I stand for, but the Selena tweet was fake. I think people are struggling to believe that rationale. You know what I mean? Why were those real and scrubbed and you apologize for them, but this one was fake? And I understand that. I also think it's interesting to me that this is all coming out before the Oscars, right? A lot of people do not feel as though Amelia Perez deserves all of the recognition that that film has been receiving. And I just feel as though it is no coincidence that these old tweets were brought to everyone's attention while their Oscar campaign is going on. Carla has gotten nothing but positive press up until this point. She's the first openly transgender woman to be nominated for Best Actress. That's huge, okay? Amelia Perez is the most nominated film for the Oscars. The fact that this all is coming up before then and during their campaign to win, I don't think it's a coincidence. It's not lost on me. I also think it's super unfortunate because now the next carpet they're on, and even at the Oscars, this is going to be a conversation, right? The cast of Amelia Perez has always presented themselves as, we are here for one another, we are supportive of one another, we have one another's backs. Selena cried when Zoe Saldana won, you know, at the Golden Globes. I just think now is so unfortunate. This is definitely going to taint their appearances here on out. This is always good. This is still going to be whispered about, even if, you know, they appear as a united front. And it really sucks. It sucks really bad. Jessica said, do you think she made all the tweets? You know, the internet can fake a lot of things, right? The internet can fake a lot of things. People can Photoshop things that look real. We've talked about this with receipts on TikTok and stuff. I think where I struggle fully being like, okay, Carla, Sophia, I get it. You're getting screwed by the internet. Where I struggle is you did tweet out, though, Islamophobic and racist things. Like, those were real, and those were terrible, right? So it's not far off for me to believe that before you knew Selena, you were commenting these things and calling her that. Like, if you're capable of saying horrible things about groups of people, it's not far off for me that you would at one point say that about Selena. Obviously, we have to take her word for it. She's saying it's fake. She wouldn't say that. We can take her word for it, but either way, it's just not a good look. You know, definitely not good for her. And I know she thinks that this is kind of happening at a time to take her down before the Oscars. She released a statement on her Instagram that she doesn't feel like this is a coincidence. And yeah, it's hard. I haven't watched it in its entirety, but I know people have had visceral reactions to Amelia Perez. Like, if you look on social media, people have been ripping that film to shreds. Jelena, that's how I feel too. I'm like, you know, the tweets were bad, you guys. The tweets are bad. There's like no other way to say it. The tweets are bad. Even Zoe Saldana was like, she made a statement basically saying she stands with everyone. Bad for the whole film. Bad for the whole film, TBH. Patricia said, poor Selena, that takes all the fun out of her big moment. Plus, there goes the family that was built making the movie. For sure. It's going to taint the whole thing, in my opinion. Because, again, they have presented like such a family. Selena has cried for these women getting recognized. And it's just sad. It's sad. Teddy Bear liked the movie. Okay, good. Noelia said, is this movie that Selena was trying to speak Spanish? Yes, she does speak Spanish in the movie. And it's also a musical, too. Like, they're singing in it, which I know people have also commented on. Yeah, y'all. I don't know. Not great. And unfortunately, I do feel as though this is not going away. You know? She's obviously spoken out about it. She's addressed it. She's apologized for it, taken ownership for it. She's now deleted her Twitter. Obviously is saying the Selena one was fake. But this will not be the end of it, right? When they are on the red carpet for anything moving forward, this will be discussed. And if it's not discussed during the red carpet interviews because people are shaking in their boots and they don't want to say it, you know that's the conversations that are going to be happening on social media. Any look they share, anything that looks like they're being cold to one another, it's going to be discussed. Julian's comment made me laugh. Britt said, I mean, I guess we got to be glad they weren't taken down because now we know the real person behind the mask. See? Color said, Selena can't catch a break lately. At the time she goes to the Oscars, this happens. I was literally thinking that too. I was like, oh my God. She's finally getting recognized as a serious actress, and now we have scandal. You know what I mean? Okay. Let's go ahead and end here with a little Taylor and Travis. If you guys are here and you haven't given this video a thumbs up yet, please go ahead and do so. You guys, Taylor did walk out of the Grammys, obviously, without any hardware. Like I said, it's okay. Don't sweat it. She will come back and she will slay. Her outfit, as we said, was completely, absolutely incredible, iconic, everything we needed and more. And I just want to say, Crimson Rose said, was driving during Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. How do we feel about the fact that Blake Lively was going to protect a SA-er as long as she got her way? That's a fact of her complaint. She was going to be silent. Crimson Rose, fair question. Part of that lawsuit was that, and they actually submitted the statement. If you guys remember when this lawsuit first started happening, one of the accusations from Justin Baldoni was that, yes, Blake Lively would be quiet if he took ownership of what happened on set and released a statement that Blake and that Blake and Ryan had drafted up for him. They drafted up a statement and wanted him to release it, basically taking all ownership of all the negativity that happened behind the scenes. We actually got a look at that statement now in the amendment, and they wanted him to say that there was bad behavior and he was responsible for it, and they even made a mention of, like, he's man enough to admit he's wrong. That is an interesting point, Crimson Rose. That is an interesting point. Damn, you really came in with the mic drop moment, for sure. Yeah. Fair question. Fair question. I love it. Crimson Rose said, I was driving and I need to circle back. And then you really hit us with something that made us think. So thank you for that. Okay. Taylor and Travis. Sorry, you guys. So Super Bowl weekend is this weekend. I was going to say Taylor might have not won any hardware at the Grammys, but Travis is going to come home with hardware this weekend. Another Lombardi trophy. We cannot wait. Also, just PSA, everyone. The hate is going to be real. Prepare. The hate is going to be real. A lot of Taylor and Travis hate is coming this week. In addition to Chiefs hate, obviously. I know Eagles fans have already started selling merch that says F Taylor Swift with the Eagle logo in it, which tacky, but it is okay. Our positivity will obviously outshine all of that garbage behavior, which makes me sad because I feel like I did always have a soft spot for the Eagles because of Jason Kelce, but that soft spot is now no longer really there because I'm not really for that kind of merch, you know what I mean? I also think it's just a tired thing to try to throw in our faces. It's also not a dig that one of the most famous people on this planet is a Chiefs fan. We proudly accept Taylor Swift into our Chiefs kingdom. I don't know why people think it's an insult. It's not. And you're right, Jessica. It will be funny karma when they lose. You're right. You're exactly right. So it'll be fine. Really, it was just everyone prepare yourselves for the haterade to be in abundance this week. But we got it. It's going to be fine. I'm so excited for the halftime show, especially after seeing, Kendrick win so much at the Grammys. I'm ready. I'm ready for it. I cannot wait. I'm stoked. I was trying to see, let's see. Alexander said, one thing is having a point of view during your youth and growing from it and evolving. Carla was very much a grown individual to pretend not to be insensitive minimally and racially at her worst. You guys, I just feel bad that scandal is now going to taint the film. I really feel bad about it. I do. I wanted Selena to have her moment. But yeah, you guys, it's going to be fun. It's going to be amazing. I cannot wait. Go Chiefs. Exactly. And obviously, we're going to see each other before then. We're going to see each other on Wednesday. So if you guys are here, Pinky promised me that you will show up on Wednesday for our happy hour hang at 3:30 Pacific Standard Time. While y'all are at it, before you leave, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure your notification bell is on. Make sure you're sharing the House of Hill and these happy hour hangs with somebody in your life. Don't forget about the membership. Thank you, Joy. If you are considering joining the membership, do it. I promise you will not regret it. And you guys, make sure you're following me on Instagram and TikTok. Have a fantastic, fantastic rest of your evening. I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for this great happy hour hang. I loved catching up about the Grammys and all of this tea. Y'all are iconic. Y'all are amazing. I love you, and I'll see y'all next time.